Eureka Outdoor Camp is a residential program that focuses on the outdoors. It is open to kids from age 8 to 18 with invisible disabilities, such as ADHD, Asperger's, Tourette's, and others. Many of the campers have multiple challenges. Our program is designed to support the development of social skills.
Eureka Camp started probably in the 1970s and was originally a program that was developed by some volunteers and parents at the Vancouver Learning Disabilities Association, as it was then. It quickly became an independent program and an independent society.
It's the only camp I'm aware of that focuses exclusively on kids who have neurological or invisible disabilities.
Kids with invisible disabilities very often don't get the same opportunities as other kids to experience friendship, to experience adventure. These are the kids that very often don't get invited to sleepovers, they don't get invited to birthday parties. They're on the outside looking in on many of the ordinary day-to-day social activities that mainstream kids just take for granted.
Growing up with ADHD is never easy, as most of you probably know. I was a camper at Camp Eureka for 6 years, and I have been a staff member for soon to be 3 years. Those 2 weeks were the highlight of my year. I didn't have to worry about what other people thought, because everyone's in a similar situation.
My son Kurt has some fairly significant language deficits. The camp was a good fit because he needed people who would be patient with him when he didn't answer right away or understand what he was supposed to be doing right away.
So they can come to our camp and they can be just the same as everybody else and enjoy just the same things as mainstream kids, but in a more caring, more supportive environment that is suitable to their needs.
Well, the first time I took him, I actually turned up at the camp the night before we were supposed to pick him up. The next morning, he came flying down, absolutely delighted to see me, but promptly told me he didn't want to leave. And I've never been so surprised in my life because I never thought that he was going to be so enthusiastic about it that he'd actually say he didn't want to leave. He experiences a certain level of stress before camp, but he's always very pleased that he went when it's over.
Mike Thomas is our camp director. We've been privileged to work together each year on putting the best camp together that we possibly can. He is pretty much worshipped by most of the campers.
All the staff are great. I have a lot of respect for the guy. I've known him since I was first a camper. The man has the patience of a saint.
We spend a great deal of time training the staff to understand the issues that these campers are facing. In terms of the activities, it's not very different from a mainstream camp, but what we do offer is the opportunity to try the activities, when they're ready to try them. It's a challenge by choice environment.
For all these activities, we give the amount of support that the campers require. Like for swimming, they have to pass a swim test. We have guidelines for how these things are to be conducted, and at all times we keep it positive and we encourage them.
Going to camp for the first time can be a scary experience. You'll do a lot of fun activities, and you'll have the opportunity to make friends and perhaps make lifelong friends.
If you can't talk to someone, you really can't make friends with them. He has managed to actually make friends with some of the kids that go to camp. So they exchange phone numbers, then we're able to invite them to birthday parties or have play dates. That's been very significant for him because making friends is incredibly challenging.
To give people an idea of how important this camp has been to some of our campers, I have one of my staff coming back this year. Every summer he takes a leave of absence from work to come back and give back to this camp because it's so important to him. It's what he looks forward to even now. camp for him has made that much difference in his life.
It's fairly common for parents to call Liz and ask a number of questions. That made me feel more secure. If there was enough time to listen to me say, catch-up is very important in his life, the recognition of the fact that things that appear to be small details for neurotypical children can be life-altering really came across.
Really is all about the child and creating an environment in which that child can experience success.
Any parent who is sending a camper to us is placing a tremendous amount of trust in our staff and our organization, and we take that very seriously, and we are fully committed to making sure that the camp is a positive experience for your camper.
Camp Eureka, try it. You won't be disappointed.